Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail a story of how two Hoover members were killed by the police. Now, Dijon Kizzee was a well-known Hoover member. Deputies were on patrol in the Westmont neighborhood on August 31st, 2020. Around 3:15 p.m., they tried to stop Dijon for allegedly committing a traffic violation on his bike. Dijon was already riding his bike on the wrong side of the road allegedly and splitting traffic. Dijon allegedly dropped the bike and ran a block while holding a jacket and other clothing before deputies caught him. During an encounter with the two deputies, Dijon was said to have dropped a gun wrapped in a piece of clothing. Then he bent over to reach to pick the gun up. That's when police shot him, striking Dijon several times, taking his life. Video from a nearby surveillance camera was inconclusive, as a wall fortunately blocked the camera's view. There was no body cam footage as well. Immediately after the shooting, hundreds of Black Lives Matter protesters gathered at the shooting scene and then marched to the police station, where they remained in the early next morning. Vandalism was reported, but no violence, no arrests.
Maxine Waters condemns the shooting, but says,
"Do not run, do not move. You stand there because you stand a better chance. If you run from them, they're going to say that they had to shoot you because you had a gun. It looked as if you were going for something in your belt."
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family, and that includes a member of my own department who is a cousin of the deceased.
Some high-profile attorneys, including one who is also working on the Jacob Blake shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin, have entered the fray in Southern California, now working with the family of Dijon Kizzee.
Dijon Kizzee.
On September 2nd, the Kizzee's family lawyer posted a cell phone video footage recorded from a house that showed the deputies pursuing Dijon. It shows him walking away from the officers before one closes in on him. Dijon appeared to bend over before a deputy backs up and rapidly opened fire. Dijon was shot around 16 times and then was handcuffed after being shot. Over 5 protests were happening in Dijon's honor, with many people believing he was wrongfully killed, but the police were later determined to be justified killing Dijon.
Tonight about the fatal shooting of Dijon Kizzee. L.A. County District Attorney George Gascon says 2 L.A. County Sheriff's deputies involved in the 2020 shooting in South L.A. will not face any criminal charges. He was then shot 16 times. Community activists claimed he was unarmed. Kizzee's death sparked days of protests at the time.
Recently, Dijon's family was awarded $3 million in a settlement.
$3.4 million settlement for the family of a man fatally shot by sheriff's deputies in South L.A. It happened back in 2020.
Now, Kevin Carr was a 23-year-old active Hoover member that went by the name G-Star. On October 14th, 2020, G-Star will be near the 11,000 block of South Figueroa Street in South Central, where G-Star would allegedly see rivals of the Hoovers, believed to be the Denver Lane Bloods. G-Star would run up on a 2-car load of people and supposed rivals and pull out his gun. While this was going on, police would pull up in the parking lot and they would shoot and kill G-Star.
A handgun here at the scene, and the shooting happened at this 76 station, we're told, in the parking area. Now, around 9:50 last night, those 4 men, we're told, were in the parking lot here at the 76, which is located on the corner of 111th Street and Figueroa. Police say a man armed with this handgun approached the group on foot and started to point that firearm at them.
There are several cameras at the gas station. Detectives have already gone inside and spoke with the folks there. And of course, our intention is to collect any evidence from that video evidence and anything here at scene.
After the shooting, about a dozen protesters showed up and clashed with police. We're told one broke through the crime tape and was detained. Injuries have been reported. At this time, investigators don't know the motive behind what happened. We did speak with the clerk who was here last night. He said he didn't see anything, he just heard it. That's the very latest here in Vermont Vista. I'm Erin Myers. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
The police will never be charged and the shooting will be ruled as justified. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.